Hi there. I've just hopped on to show you some of the things I got for Christmas. I've been very spoiled by my family, but there's quite a few things here that let me just try and move this a bit forward, that I think would be good to review. So sorry, I thought I had it in the right spot, but clearly I don't. That's some, look at those coffee beans I got from my sister and my brother-in-law. They're going to be awesome. Also got a coffee grinder, and they already gave me a coffee machine last year. Anyway, I'll just try and move this over a bit. I'm sorry, I really thought I had this set up well enough, but clearly not. So I got a few things that I thought would be good to review. These are from my daughter and son-in-law. I've got a couple of, don't even know how to spell this. That looks, hang on, let me read it. I almost said Korean, but I think it might be Chinese. These little watercolour pads, they're both 300 GSM. They're only 6.8 centimetres by 15.5 centimetres. Hot press, that's all they had left. But these, yeah, as I said, these are from my daughter and son-in-law. Then I got this from them, 15 sheets of watercolour paper, again 300 GSM. They all look like quite good watercolour papers, to be honest. I got two of these watercolour painting journals. Now these were recommended to me by the lady who did Willow's portrait for me, Kathy, and I'll link you to her and her beautiful work in the comments. So I bought two of them because they came highly recommended. And then there's this, the Academy watercolour paper pad. It's actually a block, not a pad. So apparently I was supposed to receive a tool from Academy, from, actually it's Bao Hong. That noise you can hear is just my doggo having her water. So it's actually a block. So the tool's supposed to help me separate these. But I googled, and apparently I can use a butter knife or something, which I've got here on the desk. And again, that was the largest size we could order. They were sold out of all the others. I was hoping to get A4. And then these I got from my Papa Willow. There's a whole story behind that, but anyway, we'll just go with that for now. Most of these are from Wish or Temu, but I've been really impressed with them. I got some, hello Bubgirl. I got some watercolours maybe 12 months ago from Temu. A set of 48 half pans for, it was $76 or $78 at the time, which I thought was quite reasonable. I didn't expect them to be very good. I've been so impressed with them. They're better than my Winsor & Newtons. They're better than some of my handmade watercolour paints I've got. So I ended up with another lot of them because I just love them. Anyway, back to these. These were bought for me because I used to do a lot of camping with my partner, who's... Anyway, I thought these would be helpful. And yes, as I said, they're now from Willow. So I did have a single one that I bought about 12 months ago that I have found really good. I'm just going to pull it out and show you. This was the one that I originally bought. It's been a really good brush for me. Look, I used to spend $200, $300, $400, $500 a brush. And at the moment, in my circumstances, I just can't justify that sort of money. So this one was only, you know, $4, $5, $6, maybe $7 when I bought it 12 months ago. The only thing I've noticed, I don't know if you'll see here, looks like it might be rusting under the... Can you see it's sort of a bit bumpy, pitted? It does feel textured. I don't know how to stop that. Obviously there's some kind of coating or plastic, or it's almost like it's been plastic sucked, heat set onto there, but the brush itself has been great. And that's why, and I believe this may have been from Temu 12 months or so ago. But anyway, I've really enjoyed that. That's why I ended up with these ones. These ones, however, are quite heavy. They're weighted, and they feel, I haven't painted with them yet. I only got them on for Christmas, but they feel really nice in the hand. And again, they're only cheap. It was only about $12 Australian for the set of 3. 12, maybe 15, I'm not sure. But I thought they'd be really good as travel brushes. There's 3 different sizes. And yeah, you just screw the cover on as the handle. They're a nice length, they're nicely weighted, and they seem to be quite nice and full. So I'm suspecting they'll most likely be quite nice brushes to use, especially given the price. And then there's the third, the smaller one. I only use 2 or 3 sizes most of the time. Sometimes I like a little fine detail brush. So yeah, quite happy with them so far. And as I said, I haven't used them yet. Also got, now this, I don't know what I think about this. Obviously they weren't expensive. And again, this is from Willow, my dog. They're not showing up very well on the camera, but they're all fluorescent neon colours. I have swatched them already, but I don't know if you can see it there. They're actually quite glossy. So very smooth, very glossy on the paint, I've never encountered watercolours like these before. They're very unusual, the finish. And the half pans, don't know if you can see how glossy they look, and you can see the little pools where I did the swatching. So they took a very long time to dry out compared to any of my other watercolours. Very tacky. I think they'll probably be okay for mass painting, you know, for, I don't know, they're just very unusual. I don't know how I feel about them. Yeah, just don't know. But as I said, I will do reviews of all these to give you more details. I also got these. Now I normally buy the Calero, or what were they called before? Usually buy the Calero Golds, Calero Metallics. As I said, these were a gift. They're quite inexpensive. This might have been about $23 for this set. It's $23 Australian. I can't remember now. I'll have to look it up. I have had some from Kmart that were like $2 a set for 6 that were actually very, very comparable to the Caleros. They weren't as good, but they were quite comparable. These, however, I have swatched these. The only one that I'm liking so far is this one. It's reflective. It seems to be quite... The other ones just aren't pulling it yet. That may just be because I haven't used as much pigment. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do a bit more experimentation. They might get me out of a sticky situation though. I did use a beautiful handmade gold to do my Christmas cards. And I used a hell of a lot more than I thought I had. That's that one there. Look, it's nearly bloody empty. I didn't realise I'd used so much. It's a beautiful gold. That's a handmade one. Little Australian company based in Sydney, I believe. That's with my Art to Basic quarter pans. These Art to Basic pans are amazing. I think they'd probably be the most amazing watercolors I've ever used. If you can ever get your hands on the Art to Basic watercolors, I highly recommend them. However, I haven't used a huge amount of other handmade paints, but these ones, like, honestly, they're next level. They're unreal. Meta and her husband have done an amazing job with those paints. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced your name. I don't. So yeah, I'll do a review on these. DD de Prace, and it's the same brand as the neon ones I just showed you. And yeah, they're not the greatest, but now we've got the pour rims. I've had these before. I did ask for more of these because I was so impressed with them. So I really like these paints. I mean, I have used some really high quality, artist quality paints in the past, and to be honest, these are quite good paints. This is what they look like. They're all neon. Beautiful paints. I don't often buy tubes anymore because I can see the comparable value to pans instead. We've got a swatch card that came with this. And as I said, I have used these before. I love them. They're nice paints. I would like to buy some other Paul Rubens paints, these regular colours, and try them, which I haven't done yet. So I really like those paints too. I will do a review of those. I've just got to move these starter trays out of the way so I can show you. I got some more starter trays for Christmas because I grow my own veggies. So that was another gift from my family. Got a heap of seeds. What are those seeds? They're not the ones I just had, are they? They are. How did I get them? Sorry, just got a heap of seeds there. I didn't realise I'd put them up there. They've been split up. So this is another set I got for Christmas from Willow. Artistro. Again, they're quite inexpensive, but I use these nearly every watercolour I do. Here's a set I had previously. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump you. Here's a set I've used before. It does come with, I'll open the box to show you, but then, as I said, I'll do a review so you can see it all properly. So it does come with watercolour paper. So there's black and white in there. There's a swatch. I'm pretty sure there's a swatch pad in there from memory. There's also, you get this doodad. Look, you get a water brush, a little watercolor brush, an Artistro marker. That's like a metallic marker. Tray sponge. You get this dude. You get your palette, your swatch card. In black as well, and then you've got this protective layer here to protect your paints. Now I must admit, these metallics aren't fabulous. They're not bad, but they absorb the water very quickly, very quickly, and they dry out very quickly, so it's very hard to keep these guys moving and workable. But for what you pay for this palette, I think it's worth it just for these chameleon colours. Now I'll move over to my used pan to give you a bit more I won't open this until I do my review for you. Oh, that should have gone in there, sorry. So this is the one I've been using for the last 12-18 months. These chameleon colour shift paints are amazing. Now, I should have something just here because I use them all the time. I've done some kindness coins, which I often do. So, can you see the metallic, the flash in there? Any of the flash is these chameleon paints that I've used from this pan. These coins aren't finished, but it gives you an idea of what they're capable of. And I think if I had the money and the access, I'd buy another 5, 10, I don't know, 15, 20 of these palettes, because this chameleon paint is just amazing. I love it. I use it all the time. I layer it. I don't often use it on its own. So I usually layer it over my other watercolour paints. It gives it a lot more depth and flash. There's none on that one. There's a bit more. It's incredible paint. I'm really impressed with it for the price. It's only $23, $25 Australian a palette. And then I got this. Now, I had bought a Superior watercolour palette, again, about 18 months ago. It was quite inexpensive. I think, from memory, I think I might have got it from Amazon originally. Maybe Temu. It was about $78, I think. I was very skeptical because compared to my Winsor & Newtons and my Shimke and my Shimke, I can't even pronounce it correctly. What are the other ones I've got? They're very inexpensive. Like there's 48 colours in a palette, as you can see. They're only half pans. I was very skeptical. Didn't think they'd be any good. Thought they'd be more of a student quality, even child quality, like Kmart brand, filled with fillers and chalk and stuff. But this is the first pan I bought, the first Superior pan. I love it. I love the colours. I love how the watercolour behaves. I love it. You can't, in Australia, I haven't been able to find where I can buy the half pans individually, like you can with, say, Winsor & Newton or Shimke or whatever other brand. You can usually buy the half pallets separately. I haven't been able to find these available in Australia anywhere. I'm assuming I'd have to buy them from China because these came from China, but I haven't been able to find them available separately. So I've been asking my family for 8 months, 12 months maybe, for another palette. Didn't think I'd get one. Now, it was difficult a few weeks ago to find a palette. Temu and Wish didn't have any available. They had some Superiors, but they mainly had some metallics or colour shifts in them. I didn't want that. I just wanted the watercolours, the solid watercolours. So we did a bit more digging and I found some available on, I think this came from Wish of all places. I've never bought from Wish before, but it was the only place I could find this Superior watercolour palette. And again, like I said, I love the Shimke, the Winsor & Newton, the what are the other brands I've got? I can't remember now. I'm sorry. I just can't remember. Oh, it's right here in front of me. I can't find it. What's the Opera Pink brand? You all know it. The Opera Pink brand. That brand. I love that brand too. But these, like I keep saying, I can't speak highly enough about these Superior watercolours. I think they're amazing. Now this set I got from Wish is a bit better, I believe, than the original set I got, this set here, because the original set didn't have, I'm pretty sure it didn't have this cloth. I don't have it, I can't find it, I can't remember it. And I know the original set did not have a swatch card. I know that did not come with it, because if it did, I know it would have been kept with the palette. The other thing I've noticed with the original set, now this set, this was more expensive. I just thought it was because they're not as easy to get now, but this is far superior. And you can see here on the swatch card, it's the same as on the pans, the half pans. They're written in Chinese and English, but the English names are actually spelled correctly. In this pan, they're not. So I'm thinking this may actually be an original, a proper Superior brand. This could potentially be a rip-off. But apart from the name spelling being different, and the fact it didn't have a swatch card and it didn't have this cloth, that's the only difference. I haven't used them yet, obviously. You can see they're still wrapped up. So I will do a review on those. And these, nearly everything I've painted in the last 12 months or so, everything, my journals, the hearts in this. Hang on, I might bump you a bit, but I need to reach this and show you. So nearly everything, what else have we got here? These are Art to Basic paints. Oh, and there's some of the chameleon ones on these. Have I got any? They're Art to Basic. Art to Basic. That looks like these are all Art to Basic. Sorry, I thought I had some. No, sorry, they're all Art to Basic. But no, that's ink. So all of these are Superior watercolour paint. They're not. These are. So these are all from this palette over here. All of these beautiful, very saturated. They behave very nicely as a watercolour. They granulate if you want them to granulate. I'm just really impressed. These as well. These are all from this palette. These have also got, as I showed earlier, some of the chameleon paints over the top. But all of these base background paints are all from this palette. So they're beautiful paints, very saturated. I haven't checked their colour fastness because for me, it's not really something I need to be concerned about. But yeah, I love them. Beautiful paints. They behave well. They're vibrant, bright. These are also from this palette. All of these. And again, these have also got layers from this Artistro chameleon set. So any that are flashing have got Artistro paint, but they're all layered over these Superior watercolour paints. They're just beautiful, beautiful paints, and honestly, for the price range, I could not be more impressed. This one, some of these are, this is a Ferris wheel press ink. They're pretty spectacular too. I'll have to do some reviews on those too, because they're something else. I've used inks ever since I was about, I don't know, 12, 13. My father was a draftsman and my mother was a tracer, so I always grew up with inks and drafting and tracing. I actually did drafting at TAFE. So I've had inks in my life for most of my life, I've had some beautiful quality inks that I've encountered, but these Ferris wheel pressings are something else, and I'll do a review on those too if you're interested. But anyway, this is some of the things I got for Christmas that I would like to come back and do a review on. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to know about any of these, and I'll make sure I cover it in my review. I'll potentially review each item individually. I'm not sure. Not sure how long it will take, but I might overlap. I might group 2 or 3 together just for time's sake. So please, if there's anything you'd like to know about any of these products I've shown you, let me know, and I'll make sure I cover it in my review in the coming days. So hopefully these things might be something you're interested in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and I'd love to hear your input and find out if there's anything you'd be interested in. Thank you.